I left Baltimore, or should I say I fled from that place, for Nashville, Tennessee, to begin my college years and to take what amounted to a 3-year vacation from church. I wanted desperately to shed any evidence of the fire through which I had just run. That tiny dorm room became my church, a literal sanctuary from the noise. And in the quiet, I mustered the courage to come out as a gay man. If the church wouldn't have all of me, it would have none of me, I thought. I dodged friends' invitations to church quickly and decisively, remembering vividly what I had left in Baltimore and believing that the church had nothing more to offer me. They all offered the same deal. I love you. You're perfect. Now change. I had become a spiritual hermit, a loner, content to spend my Sunday napping or taking church jobs just to pay the bills and practicing sight reading during the sermon, an act of defiance of which I had become particularly proud. My spiritual life had become a jaded reflection, a bitter taste, a bad breakup, a nightmare from which I had woken and fled. So when I moved from Nashville to Ann Arbor, the acrid defiance I had harbored for the church had time to cool a bit. Enough for me to give the church one more chance. An internet search of Ann Arbor church musician turned up several listings that summer, but only one I hadn't heard of before. And so a growing curiosity led me to the source of all truth and knowledge, Wikipedia, to look for Unitarian Universalism. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning? Yeah, right. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. Well, when I walked into this room, I walked in with more than my share of curiosity. Are these people really who they say they are? Or is it all just the same? You had my attention. And Allison began to play the warm, optimistic chords that began the morning hymn I remember so well. Hymn 170. A hymn with a delightfully catchy melody and an all too intriguing title. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. I had taken the time over the weekend to study the hymn as I prepared to lead it, but it was not until we were here, live, singing it, that I noticed that the author had penned the 5th verse on the next page. And all at once, the voices of the congregation fused into a powerful intonation, proclaiming in no uncertain terms, we are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives. I looked deeply into your faces, looking for some hint of shock or timidity over having to sing those words, those scandalous words. But the look that I did yielded a surprising picture. Young people and older people singing, we are gay and straight together. Black and white and Latino and Middle Eastern people singing, we are gay and straight together. Lawyers and musicians, students and preachers singing, we are gay and straight together. battling marriage equality. You sang with strength in a world whose progress is crippled by hatred and bigotry. In a nation of Matthew Shepard, you sang a song I had never heard before. What came out of this sanctuary was made of determination and the resolve that says to a young man, there is another way. You sang to me and you changed my life. By your music. I am one of many who have found strength in your sound and been renewed by the solidarity that springs out from your body's music. Our bodies create music to soothe us, to comfort us, to pass time, but there is an even greater potential. When we have the courage to lift up our voices, to clap our hands in time, to sway or to dance, we offer the world a music that is like no one else's. You have a voice that no one else will ever possess. A rhythm that is so special because only you live in it. When you sing, you offer an uncompromising gift of yourself to a universe begging to hear more. We can truly and very easily be our full selves when we sing, and I think that's what scares many of us, myself very much included, from singing more. When our bodies make music, we are loud and we are quiet. We are in tune and not quite. We are robust and piercing, thin and fragile, unrelenting and unsure. I get the same pit of the stomach feeling every time I must sing, every time a rehearsal begins, every time a worship service starts with a song, but I think to the moments that you sang to me. I remember the courage of your words, and I remember that within me lies the same power to sing strength and hope into the lives of those with whom I share my music, and it becomes less and less important whether or not I am afraid. Amen. The courage of conviction attained in singing has powered humanity's greatest struggles for political justice, social equality, and religious freedom. These have been sustained and powered by the music inside human beings. When you sang that song with clarity and with pride, you reignited the same strength of song that poured into the streets of Montgomery, Alabama, as hundreds of civil rights supporters joined voices to sing, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Within that singing beat the pulse of a people who had spent too long bearing the weight of racist oppression and disenfranchisement. Within that singing there rang the determination of Americans all over this nation determined to wrest equality from the jaws of resistance. Still they sang, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, and forward they marched. To sing is to give voice to you. It is to allow the body's innermost aspirations to have space and to speak with color and inspiration. When you sing, your sound is rich with your history and your opinions, your heritage and your hopes, and so you must sing. We need your voice. And because your story is forever changing, because your voice is like no other voice, and because your voice and your voice and your voice and your voice and my voice form the uncompromising strength that is our voice, because with our singing we save lives, we must sing forever. Amen.